What's up guys, this is Wow Eli. I'm going to be doing a deconstructed video on how I made the STIX beat for No Big Deal.
Wow, Eli, can you be a little more serious?
Lower. Dilly. 931-615. Alright.
So I'll just talk about, how it kind of came together. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, there was a conference up in Toronto that had some artists at it. No Big Deal was there, What Up RG, Wande, Clesso, maybe one more person, I can't remember. But anyways, I had a homie that was going up to the conference as well, and just because of some connections he had, he ended up staying in the same Airbnb as all of them. So when he was on his way up there, he texted me, he's like, yo, send me like 3 beats so I can play them for them while I'm there. And so I said, okay, bet. I was looking through beats, I picked out a couple, but I needed one more. And I didn't know what to pick, and I found, this beat, and it wasn't even done. I didn't even think it was that good or anything, but I was like, I just need one more. So I went into the project, I finished it real quick, sent it out in the email, and my homie, he was just like playing video games with No Big Deal. It was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning or something. And he got the beats and he's like, yo, I just got these beats from my homie Eli, let me play them for you. Played the first one, listened about 10 seconds, went to the next one, listened about 10 seconds, went to the next one. And the third one, which is this beat, it started playing, and No Big Deal heard it, and he was just kind of like, yo, run that back. Put on the headphones, started listening to it, walking around the room, thinking of words and stuff. And he had to leave for his flight in like 10 minutes. So he was just like, yo, this is hard, like, tell your homie to email this to me, whatever. I got his email, I sent him the beat, and then he made STIX out of it and made it his single, whatever. So yeah, go ahead and get into this. Starting off, the first thing is obviously the piano. It is a sample. I was going through this sample pack that I found, and it didn't really have any that many good sounds on it, but I really liked this one. So I knew I wanted to use it. I could turn it into like an easy good slapper, but I didn't just want the same thing going the entire time. So when it comes up here, I also pitched it up an octave. It just goes a little harder when it goes up an octave. And then I also took gross beat, and I half-timed it. So then I threw that behind the normal melody just to give it some substance. You can hear it in some other places where I threw in that halftime. So I did that just so I could switch it up throughout the beat and just have it so it's not the same thing over and over. So next thing we'll get into is, I guess, simple clap first. Nothing super special. But then when it comes into when the beat drops, I added a second clap to it. And then next we come to the hi-hats. So something that I did with this one that I started doing more normally with my beats is I actually used 2 different hi-hats. So the first one I had, I mean, it's nothing crazy, it's just like a normal 2-step pattern with some rolls thrown in. And then I took a second hi-hat, which has a different sound. And then on the second one, I changed the velocity, like the volume on them a little bit, so some hi-hats were a little bit louder than others. to add some more bounce, and then I also panned them left and right. So then when I add it to the other hi-hat, they just kind of like come together and make a really good bounce. So those are the hi-hats, clap, and then another simple thing I did was I added an open hat. It's not a normal open hat though. It kind of has a cool like gritty sound to it. So it just kind of makes it, when the beat comes in, it slaps a little harder. So it starts off with this intro. Before we get to the 808s, so my tag. This was the first beat I used this tag on. I like just made it when I had this beat. And it's actually one of my friends. I recorded her when we were on FaceTime, and it just ended up working out.
Shouts out to Layla.
Yeah, shouts out to Layla. So, getting into the part everyone loves about this beat, the 808s. I found the same pack that I found this piano from, the sample. I also got a lot of the, actually all of the instruments, including the 808. It's an A. Walker kit, and it's a Pierre 808. It's just short and slappy. And so I made the 808 come in the same time that the piano pitched up an octave, so it just kind of hit extra hard.
Can you be a little more serious?
So here's the 808 pattern. It's nothing crazy. I just made sure that it sounded in key. I have my main bass line of notes, and then I have some parts where it goes up and comes back down. And then after the first 8 bars of that, it comes into the second part of the hook where a kick comes in. So when it comes into that second half where the kick comes in, I also changed up the 808 pattern. I added a lot more of them so that it would bring up the energy, and I also added a lot of slides to it. It just makes that part of the beat much more energetic, and changes it from the simple 808 pattern I had earlier. I just put in a kick in some spots just to accent the 808. I didn't want to do anything crazy with it, and I also had 2 of them just to make the kick come through a little bit better, stack them on top of each other. It's pretty simple. It's a simple 808, but I did add some effects to it. I like to kind of keep my Wow Eli sauce, so I'm not going to show you exactly what effects I add to it, but basically I just added things to beef it up and make it just hit even harder than it normally did. So then out of the hook, coming into the verse, I added a little filter effect to it. So it just changes it up, so it's not the exact same thing. Low pass filter. So then coming out of that filter, I had another little drop to it. That wasn't done in engineering or mixing. I made the beat that way, and No Big Deal killed it.
I got the tribe and my boys on my back. I got the cross of the Lord on my back.
I wanted him to have just a certain part that would make it stand out and that they could snap on. So yeah, I mean, that's the whole beat. So, you know, you combine it all together. So yeah, that's how I made the STIX beat, produced by Wow Eli, Kappa Hoodie. I want to try to do more of these as I have more songs coming out with other people. I'll try to break them down and show you how I made the beats, how I come up with the sauce and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. I'll see you next time.
Dilly, I came from the sticks, yeah. All I've been making is hits, yeah. I put the tape on the disc, yeah. I ride this beat into orbit, yeah. I feel like all of these rappers my kids, and I can't let my children be orphans, yeah. Listen, that was a bar I just spit. If you feeling offended, ignore it, yeah. Lower.
Wow, Eli. Can you be a little more serious?